I'm Sam, owner of Titanium Archery Products. Today we are looking at and talking about the Gen 2 TiTAN cable slide. A lot of people are only familiar with the Gen 1 model, but we do have significant upgrades in the Gen 2. So what are some of these differences? One is the frame itself. The titanium frame was only available in gray on the Gen 1 model. The hardware is another. The Gen 1 model had a steel pin that was pressed through and permanently affixed in the frame. We now use a titanium axle that is screwed into the end here, and there's a small amount of bonding material that is placed on that thread to prevent the screw from loosening over time with the back and forth motion of the rollers. The shoulder screw is also titanium. So you have a complete titanium hardware set up here. The frame itself on the Gen 2 is different in design as well. So I removed material where I didn't think it was necessary to create a slimmer profile and lower overall weight. So you get greater speeds with the Gen 2 than you do the Gen 1. Another thing, of course, should stand out is the fact that we have black rollers now available too. So you have these two different color configurations that are available on the Gen 2 models. So regarding speeds, what do people typically see? Well, it varies on bow and on what type of cable slide you're coming from. But you'll expect to see anywhere from 2 to 5 feet per second increase. You're going to see the 5 feet per second or in that range more so when you're comparing to a Teflon type slide, because the Teflons simply are just not as smooth drawing and do not obtain the same level of speeds. If you're coming from a factory slide that does have rollers, you will be more on the end of the 2 to 3 feet per second increase. And that's typically what I see on my own bows when I'm setting them up, the PSEs that I shoot, when comparing their factory slide to ours. So you get smoother draw. You also get more consistency shot to shot. When we've done chrono tests, we've consistently seen that you get consistency in the shot to shot averages. So smoother draw, better consistency, overall greater speeds. So what do you do to install these? Well, there's really very little to consider when it comes to what must be done to install our cable slides. The only thing I would say you must consider on a bow that has a pre-existing slide system like this is looking at the orientation of the cables. In other words, which one is more forward, which one is back, and then how do you orient our slide to accommodate that. You don't want your cables to be touching each other. And I've gotten questions over the years about why are my cables touching? In almost every instance, it was because they did not have the rollers in the correct orientation. This is how it's received. So they're all received like this from us. This is where you'll find the position of the large rollers. That may not be correct for your bow, however, so check. If it's not, you have one option to just simply flip the slide over and use it upside down. If you didn't want to do that though, there is the option to simply take the 332 shoulder screw, take it out, and switch the position of the rollers, because these holes are threaded all the way through the frame, so the rollers can go in either position. Okay, so you have that choice too. What is something else to consider? Really, the only thing to do to get these on and off does not require a bow press. People ask that too. Not needed. Just grab the frame here in the back with your thumb and your index finger, and then just press the cable, and it comes right off the roller. And then just reverse that order, of course, to install. What must be done though if you have a factory Teflon slide? Those are a little harder to get the cables out of. So if you have a Teflon slide you're moving from to this, you can do this method, and I've done it many times over the years on bows. Grab the bow, same way you would be as if you were going to draw it, but you're not going to be drawing the string, you're going to be drawing the cables. Grab the cables, both of them, pull back to the point that you're at the end of the rod, and then the slide can be taken off of the rod. Once that Teflon slides off the rod, then the cables can be taken out. Now, I have seen Teflon slides that were easy to get the cables out of without having the slide be off the rod, but that's not the case with all of them. So it depends how your bow is set up. So really that's all there is to it. I mean, it's a simple setup and the product will perform consistently for as long as you want it to with this design. Taparchery.com is, where we have everything. We sell all our products through there. We have many other products, of course, that we sell, so please check them out. Thank you for your time. As always, greatly appreciated, and take care.